I'm Mary Beth Haller, Interim Commissioner of Health for Baltimore City. I'm so pleased to be with you here today in front of this historic building that for so many years provided social and medical services to the greater Rosemont community, but that now stands vacant. For some time now, the Mayor's Office, Baltimore City Health Department, community leaders, and the greater Rosemont community and many, many partners gathered here have been working together to develop a plan to renovate this building and to restore healthcare services to this community. Today, through the Mayor's leadership, we are brought a step closer to making that a reality. I would like to thank her for her unwavering commitment to this project. It is my honor to introduce Mayor Catherine E. Pugh.
Thank you. I'm going to try to be even more brief. Let me acknowledge the President of the City Council, Councilman John Bullock. Also, we have here Pete Hammond from our office. I also see Verna Jones-Rodwell is here from Main Street. Olivia Farrell, who is with the department, who is now at St. Agnes. Thank you for all the work that you've done. Mary Beth, thank you also. Krista Taylor, Pastor Corey Hatchett, representatives from Senator Van Hollen's office, and also John Larry. I know he's here as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me take a moment to announce that last night at Baltimore City, and also former Senator Barbara Robinson, once a senator, always a senator. Thank you for being here. Let me just also take a moment to say that last night, at Baltimore City Community College, we gave away over $2 million in community grants. $2 million in community grants to community groups and organizations, and I know some of you all were there. And that's our promise to you all to begin to focus just on neighborhoods and communities that have been underinvested in for decades. What is happening right here in the greater Rosemont community is really the beginning of what we said needs to be done in this city, and that is this turning this particular site into something that we believe will be meaningful to all of Baltimore. It is a Maryland Crisis Stabilization Center. It is one of the first in the nation. Let me also acknowledge that Letitia Jarasa is also here. We're looking forward to your leadership as in head of our health department. Thank you again for being here. You can stand up so they can turn around and take a good look at you. This is a pilot that offers sobering services for people and gets them connected to drugs and alcohol treatment in the community. You know, we see folks standing on our corners, we see folks standing on our streets, we see people with drug addiction problems, and you know, people say, well, where do they go? What do we do with them? This is an opportunity for us to engage and to make sure that they get to live productive lives. We got to get people back up on their feet. So I want to take a moment to thank our funders and our developers. I know Bill Struver is here somewhere. Thank you so much for all that you've been able to do with us and his partners. Southway and McCoy Joint Ventures, thank you. Con Partner Architects, thank you. Southway Conway Project, they've been doing this for 6 years. Wells Fargo, $12 million in financing, thank you. Harbor Bank, $16 million in tax credits. Dana Johnson and the Reinvestment Fund. Amy Klein and the Weinberg Foundation, MHT and the State of Maryland, Johns Hopkins and the Baltimore Heritage. You all don't get that confused with Johns Hopkins. That's actually his name. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a lot of work going on here. It's cold out here, you all. This represents something great for Baltimore. So I just want to say thank you to everyone and present the certificate of recognition to the behavioral health systems of Baltimore, because we expect you all to put this up in the building when it opens up, okay?
Great.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I'm cold, so I got to just stay standing if you all don't mind. And now, Councilman Bullock.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you all, everyone, for being out here today. Welcome to West Baltimore. Welcome to the 9th District. I'm so blessed and honored to be the councilman for this area. And as many of you know, it's an area that's very near and dear to my heart. We look at the greater Rosemont community, and I used to be president of the Evergreen Protective Association neighborhood right that way. And again, all the work that's been done at this point. So not only am I the councilman for this district, but I also have the distinct pleasure and honor of being the president of the board of the Copper Heights Community Development Corporation. And as
got one of those grants last night.
And so we were fortunate to get one of those community catalyst grants. And so there are great things happening. We're all moving in the right direction. We have several board members who are here today. We have members of the community that are here today. And let's give a hand for the members of the community. Because really, nothing should be happening in the community without the community being at the table. And so as the mayor alluded to, there's another crisis stabilization center in America in San Francisco. We had neighbors in this community going out to see what it looked like there because we wanted to make sure that there were no disparate impacts in this community. Make sure that folks knew exactly what was happening. We look at this as a great vision for the future because we're talking about health care. We're talking about dealing with issues of crisis and stabilization. All these challenges that we're dealing with. And yes, Ice Cold, you're my alpha. It's all good. But the reality is that this is a partnership, and it really took everyone at the table. So we look at historic preservation. We look at tax credits. We also look at the nonprofit sector. We look at the private sector, and of course, government playing its part. So again, the mayor, the council president, everyone who's here today, the faith leaders who are also here. I know the Reverend's going to be up in a second. So as you can tell, I'm very excited about what's happening here because this building had been the eyesore for so long, and now to breathe new life into that building and have a vision for the future. So I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited too. And again, this is a great opportunity for our community and for this district moving forward. Thank you so much.
So next we're going to hear from Pastor.
Yes.
Come on up, Pastor.
I'm going back to my little pad.
Good afternoon, everyone. The scriptures remind us, according to 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, that taught us to walk by faith and not by sight. We, the people of this community, the CDC, the mayor, along with all of our partners from the health services field who have come alongside of us, are here by faith. I'm the pastor of House of Refuge International Church, located right here on the corner of Poplar Grove and Rayner Avenue. I've had the opportunity to serve in this community over the past 25 years. As I reflect over the many years I've been here, this building has remained empty and dormant. It has lost its former glory and has existed as an enormous eyesore. It has added to the blight and discouragement of the people here in this community. But today, we as a community are excited about the beginning of construction. Construction that helps tear down the years of hopelessness. We look forward to opening the doors in the fall that are bringing much needed health services to this community. This is a beginning to revitalization that this community has waited for over 30 years, and that is much needed. For 30 years, healthcare services have left and evaded this community. We have passed this blighted and abandoned building every day, hoping and holding to our faith that it would once again come to life. It took us stepping out on faith with our mayor to get us to this day. The thought of having a drug facility in this community, it wasn't welcome. But we have passed this blighted place, and we realized that we had to do something. So therefore, we took our journey to San Francisco to find a new model that would not be a hindrance to this community, but a help to this community. And we embraced it. We brought it back to our community. We talked about it, shared what we understood to be a help and a blessing. Today, we have an opportunity to have real health services that meet the needs of a desperate community. We sought the desired help of our mayor, who rolled up her sleeves, got to work, partnered with us to make this campaign possible. Faith at work. We have asked her to make this a new beginning for this community. We still have the responsibility, yes, to lease 2 more thirds of this building, but by faith, I believe it's going to happen. We're going to bring services prayerfully that provide maybe urgent care, maybe dental services, services that help people, those suffering with diabetes or heart disease. We have the faith that this building will not only revitalize healthcare services in this community, but as you look around, we see the many vacant lots and the vacant buildings in between, hard-working people that are still here. Our faith leads us to believe that this will be the beginning of a new start, to bring homes, to restore homes, jobs, economic development, which is desperately needed and welcome. Homes for our workers to live in, restaurants for our neighbors to eat in, supermarkets and stores that our people want to shop in. Our faith will carry us forward to this vision in our future, just like our faith has brought us to this moment. I want to say thank you, Madam Mayor, for this opportunity and for the investment you've made into this community, renewing our hope and our faith that all things are possible to those who believe. Thank you. At this time, coming to the podium is the President and CEO of Behavioral Health Services, Krista Taylor. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, this is a really, really exciting day. BHSB is really proud to be a partner in this exciting effort to strengthen behavioral health care services in this community. For those that don't know, BHSB is a nonprofit that oversees a full range of prevention, early intervention, treatment, and recovery support services for people in Baltimore City with mental illness and substance use disorder. In Baltimore, nearly 75,000 people receive mental health and substance use disorders in the city every year. For several years, BHSB has been at the table working with Coppin Heights CDC, the Mayor's Office, the Baltimore City Health Department, and the state of Maryland, and most importantly, the residents of this community to bring healthcare services back to the greater Rosemont area. Today's announcement of the groundbreaking of the Hebrew Orphan Asylum is an important milestone that represents the collective advocacy, planning, and contributions of all of us. With support from the state, BHSB is contributing $3.6 million in capital to help renovate this historic building.
Yay.
It's great. And this building, as others have said, will become the permanent home for the Maryland Crisis Stabilization Center. The Stabilization Center is a place for people to receive short-term crisis stabilization services, and the goal of this program is to divert people from the emergency department and into the treatment that they need to support themselves in their recovery. We have Dr. Barbara Bazer here today from the state of Maryland. We have the Opioid Operations Command Center here, also from the state of Maryland. I thank you all for coming. They've been instrumental in contributing operating dollars to the day-to-day operations for the center. We hope that this center will serve as a catalyst to help bring more health care services to the community. I'd like to thank you, Madam Mayor, and Coppin Heights CDC, Gary. I know you're back there. I saw you. There you are. You moved on me, Gary. And most importantly, the community for their commitment to strengthening behavioral health services and their dedication to seeing the revitalization of the Hebrew Orphans Asylum. So thank you all for coming today. I think that's it, and I think
Okay,
it's
so
a recognition.
I think that's it, but let me just say this to you all. This is the catalyst for developing this community. And you look around, there are homeowners in this neighborhood, there are people who've been here for decades, and we've created our own neighborhood impact investment fund. So we want to help you help this community. So we're very excited about this work today, but we're really excited about the future of this community and these neighborhoods, because as I always continue to say, there are people who've lived, invested, plan on being here, not going anywhere, and they want the help, and we're here to provide it. God bless you all. Thank you.